Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are doing good. I'm here with a story from the book called The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. This book is one of my favorite books, and this story, a very short one written within the book, is, I guess, my favorite part of the book. And I feel like the story is very meaningful and can be very life changing if taken seriously and applied into our own lives. I'm sharing it with you at this point in time, which is, just around New Year's Eve, because I feel like if we can take this story and, apply it into our actions for the coming year, I feel like we can have a better shot at making the next year better than our previous years in life. The story is very short. It starts with a shopkeeper sending his son off to go and explore the world, meet with people, and travel as much as as it requires to acquire the secret to happiness. And the son is advised to not come back unless he finds the answer to this question. The son, being very obedient, he leaves his home and he travels and travels through mountains and deserts and meets with people and discusses this question with people, but is not able to find an answer that he feels like is actually the right answer to the question of what is the secret of happiness. While he's traveling, he comes across some people who tell him about this saint who lives on top of a certain mountain, and he's asked to go and try his luck there. Maybe he can find his answer there and end this tedious journey that he's been going through for a very long time, trying to find the answer to this question. So of course, without wasting any time, he heads towards that mountain to go and meet that saint and find the answer to his question. He goes up the mountain and he finds a huge palace with lots of people and a lot of things going on, music and people dancing and sitting and chatting and everything. And as opposed to the stereotype of a saint living alone, not surrounded by people and very poorly dressed, he finds this man among the crowd that the people tell him that the saint you're looking for is this guy over here. He sees that he's a very good looking man, and he has a lot of people around him discussing things with him, and he goes, and when he says he has to discuss something with the saint, he's asked to wait for his turn. After waiting several hours for his turn, when it's finally his turn to discuss his question with the saint says, well, I can tell you what the secret of happiness is, but for that, I don't have time right now. Before I get back to you, I'll ask you to do something for me, and once you're back, I can give your answer to you, and then you can go home. And he says, well, of course, I'm ready to do anything. So the saint asks him to go on a tour of his palace, see, everything that is around there. Meanwhile, he gives him a spoon, and he puts 2 drops of oil on the spoon and says, you have to carry this at all times and make sure you don't spill the oil while you're touring my palace. Other than that, you're free to go wherever you like. And he sends off some people with him, and they take him on a tour of the palace. And it takes, a lot of time to come back because it's a huge palace with so many different parts and everything. Once he's back, he's really happy and excited because he's looking forward to his answer. And when he comes back to the saint asks, okay, so how did you like the palace? He says, well, I loved this part, and I loved the gardens, and I loved this and that. And he says, okay, but show me the spoon. And when the saint sees the spoon, he sees that there's no oil on the spoon. And he says, where's the oil? So the boy says, well, I was so distracted by the tour that maybe I didn't pay attention, and I've mistakenly spilled the oil. He says, well, I'd asked you to specifically take care of the oil on the spoon. Why didn't you do that? The saint says, well, this is your last chance. I'm going to send you off on a tour again with the same spoon and 2 drops of oil. You have to make sure this time that you do take care of the oil. Otherwise, I'm not going to give you your answer. And he says, no, I will make sure to do that. And he is sent off to another part of the palace that he had not seen before. And he goes on with the tour, and he comes back. And the first thing he does is he shows the saint the spoon and says, here, the oil is still there. Please give me my answer. He says, okay, okay, I see that you've taken care of the spoon, but which parts of the palace did you like now? And he hesitates to give an answer, and he's completely blank. So the saint asked, didn't you like anything? And he says, well, this time I was too focused on the oil because I didn't want to spill it, because I wanted the answer to my question. I didn't look at anything. I was just looking at the spoon the whole time. And the saint says, well, that right there is your answer. And he's confused. He says, how is that the answer to my question? He says, well, the only man who can be happy is who looks around and enjoys the beauty and all the fun and all the joy in the world while taking care of the spoon with the 2 drops of oil on it, which are his responsibilities. He says the only man who can be happy in this world is the one who finds a balance between the joys and the fun things in the world and the responsibilities that he has to take to heart and do with complete sincerity and do them the way they should be. That is the only man who can be happy in this world. So the key here is to find a balance between your passion and the things you enjoy and the things that you love and the things that are right and the things that you're supposed to do. That is the answer to your question. Now you can go back to your home. And the boy, of course, realizes that, you know, what he had done the first time was he was carried away by everything that he saw around him, and he didn't take care of the two drops of oil on the spoon. So he was left with nothing, no answers. And the next time he was too focused on the spoon with the two drops of oil, and this time he wasn't able to see anything around him, and again he was left with nothing. So the key here and the main message here is to realize and understand that a happy life is only a balanced life. There's no other way to attain happiness in life. And the reason I'm telling you this story here is I think this story has really helped me sort of arrange my priorities in life, and I still struggle and try to do that every day. And I hope that you will take this perspective into your life as well and try to apply it in 2023 and in all the years that are to follow. And hopefully this will work wonders for you as it has for me and for all those who have been able to achieve that in life. So with that, I'm going to end my video here. I wish you all a very happy new year, and I hope that the coming year is full of health and happiness and true joy and peace of mind for you all and for myself as well. Thank you so much, and I will see you again with another video hopefully soon. Until then, take care. Allah Hafiz.